You know what just really confuses me? Okay, the fact that I literally look like this. I have no makeup on. My outfit is not even cute. And I've been getting hit on all day by fine men, okay? I just came from the gym and I smell, okay? And I just walked into a restaurant to pick up food. And while I was eating, I decided to have a drink. And so I'm sitting there and the host is hitting on me for like a whole 10 minutes. Like, we're having a conversation about God, okay? What kind of men nowadays have conversations about God? And I look like this. He was so freaking cute. He had so much personality and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally look so bad right now. And you know what makes them even hotter is the fact that they hit on me and I look like this. I'm like, if you think I'm cute like this, imagine when I'm all done up. Oh!
And unfortunately, this is what dating is looking like for 2022 and beyond. You have these very average looking girls, and you know what, you might think she looked cute in her video with her little cap on, but I saw a few of her other videos and it's pretty average, and she's a bit overweight as well. She has a pretty big ass. And so we're at a point right now where we have still a lot of these simps out there, even though, you know, some of them are pretty good looking guys, right? These guys are still simping to women because they don't realize their own value, okay? And this is a problem that we're having these days, is a lot of these younger generation of men, basically guys under 30, have had the foot beaten down on their heads that they have less value than women, that they should revolve their entire existence around women. So they are out there basically just looking at average girls as if they're goddesses and that they're lucky to be even in their presence having a conversation with them. And then you get girls like that who are just average looking, acting as if they're 9s or 10s. That's where we get that term 49er. And this chick is definitely one of them. I mean, she's not really that attractive. Looks a little cute in this light, I understand. But she's really not that attractive, you know, at least once you start going out more. But for a simp, this girl is like pristine, right? So she's sitting here bragging, like literally bragging about the fact that this guy who's a hostess at this restaurant was trying to pick her up for the last 10 minutes. Okay, and the fact that the guy is working as a hostess tells me he's probably making around minimum wage, a little bit above that. So he's not really a high value guy. He's a kind of like a lower tier guy, right? Might even be a younger guy who has not really moved up in the world yet. But once you start to move up in the world, you're not really going to be chasing after these average women anymore. You're just not going to waste your time, right? And this is really the bad thing about pumping up the ego of an average looking woman, is she just takes it way too far. I've always told guys too, like when you're out in the world and you're gaming, say you're doing cold approach, right? You'll be shocked to find that the girls who are the nicest to you are going to be the chicks who are the hottest, like who are genuinely hot, right? Without makeup. Like she's a genuinely pretty, attractive, gorgeous looking girl. The 9s and 10s, the dime pieces. Those girls are actually going to be the nicest towards you. You know who's going to be the meanest towards you, the nastiest, the coldest, who's going to try to cut you down for approaching her? Those are generally going to be the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. Those are going to be those girls who are generally going to try to cut you down, use it against you, try to say something dirty and do you wrong, you know, just because you approached her because you thought she was cute. So this girl is definitely falling in line with that theory. You know, I've been doing cold approach like literally my entire adult life. So she definitely falls in line with that theory. And this is why I don't approach girls like that, because it not only are they just too average looking for me, but it could always go either way. Like, you know, you're really just gambling on the fact like maybe she'll be nice or maybe she'll be a bitch. But, you know, most times she tends to lean towards being a bitch because you're empowering somebody who is not used to that type of power, right? What have I told you guys about women in power? It doesn't mix, right? Doesn't mix. But you're empowering her. And if you knew your value, if you knew you're capable of, I mean, even this guy who's a host that was hitting on her that she was talking about, if he realized his own value, like, hey, I'm a good looking guy, maybe I'm working as a host right now, but I'm going to be working on this new business, or I'm going to be taking this job, you know, with this new accounting firm, and I'm going to be moving up in the world. If he knew that, he probably wouldn't even have bothered with her. But the problem is society has convinced these guys, these younger guys, that they have no value, that it's women who has the value, and that they should be lucky to even be in their presence. You know, and especially if these kids are using dating apps, which a lot of them are, really, it's like really ego crushing to you because, you know, I mean, a lot of these girls who are just 4s and 5s are getting, you know, DM'd by guys who are like 9s and 10s, right? So it gives them a false sense of what their actual level of physical attractiveness actually is. Because even those guys who are 9s and 10s that are DMing are really just going to be in there for sex, right? They're just going to bang and clang and get out of there because they know that they could get higher tier women based on their looks alone. But it creates a fallacy with these girls where they think they're hotter than what they actually are. Again, that's where we get the term 49er. So when I saw this girl's rant, I just wasn't surprised. I'm like, of course she's gonna take it to the next level and think like, oh my gosh, look at me, I was just wearing this hat, I was coming from the gym, I was stinky and smelling, and oh my god, this guy, the cute host, even he was checking me out. Woo, woo. You know, all you're doing here at this point is you're creating a monster. You're creating a monster. Look at her attitude. Look at the way she handles it. She can't even handle attention. She's like, she can't even handle it in a way that's healthy. It's like she's just completely letting it take over, right? It's giving her a false sense of where her SMV is. Whereas a 9 or 10, a girl who is genuinely a 9 or 10, the reason why she's nicer, even if you approach her, is because she's used to that. She knows she's attractive. She knows she won the gene pool lottery. So when you're complimenting her or whatnot, you know, she's not thinking like, oh my gosh, some guy found me hot. Ooh, you know, she's just like, oh, thank you. You know, it's kind of like a nice, like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. You know, she's not gonna let it pump up her ego any more than it is, right? It's not really gonna affect her on that level. And she's not gonna turn and use it on you to like create a TikTok video and bragging about it. Because for her, it's like, this happens all the time. This is par for the course. It's normal, right? It's normal for me. So when I see these 4s, 5s, 6s, and especially these land whales, these overweight chicks acting like they're 9s and 10s and just, you know, oh my gosh, I just came from the gym and I was stinky and oh, this hot hostess was all over me. And it's like, give me a break, right? Get a hold of yourself, okay? Get a hold of yourself. Maybe the guy was horny. Maybe the guy has no value. Maybe the guy just doesn't see that he has value as a man yet. You know, the guy's still a simp, obviously. So just take it as that. Take it for what it is. Maybe smile about it, but you don't need to gloat for the next 3 months over this, right? I mean, it's not that big a deal. But it's just funny to me when these chicks just totally just go off and act as if they're, you know, they're like queen for a day, and you know, and in some cases they'll even use it against you and start like, you know, attacking you verbally for approaching them. And I've seen a lot of these TikTok videos out there doing that, and I'll cover those in the future where girls are like talking smack about a guy who approached them. And again, it's always these girls who are 4s, 5s, 6s, maybe 7s sometimes. Generally, if a girl's an 8, she realizes she's pretty cute, she gets hit on enough where she's more calibrated, it's not going to affect her ego that much. But like I said, these girls who are 4s, 5s, 6s, who don't get the attention of a 9 or 10, who are jealous of the attention that those girls get, when you give them that attention, instead of being thankful that they got it, a lot of them will turn and abuse it. Well, they will turn and use it against you, or use it against men, or talk about like, oh, men are bad, they're all pigs approaching me, look at me. And really behind it, what the reason they're doing it all for is attention, right? Just attention. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all they want is attention, right? No different than these girls who file these false Me Too allegations, right? They file like a false Me Too. Why are they doing that? Attention, right? Attention. And this is why like 9s or 10s, you don't see them doing that. You don't see these drop dead gorgeous models on these Me Too campaigns. You notice that? You don't see these like former guest models like, oh, this guy like sexually abused me, he said this to me, right? They don't do that because they don't, you know, they're used to the attention. First of all, it's almost like, again, they feel more thankful that they're getting that attention because they win the GM pool lottery, where you get these 4s, 5s, and 6s. Those are the girls who are filing the majority of these Me Too allegations because it brings them the attention that they're so jealous of that the 9s and 10s get, right? Right? It just that's what, at the end of the day, that's what's fueling a lot of it, is they want the attention. And this is why when you look at a lot of these chicks who are filing those Me Too's and they end up on the news, you look at them, you're like, ugh, she's filing a Me Too? Like, you're kind of like, didn't that guy kind of do her a favor? Right? You're like, really? It's almost hard to believe, because these chicks are not good looking at all, right? They're the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. And then even below that, like some 2s and 3s, I've seen file some Me Too's. I'm like, you know, even if the guy who they're falsely claiming, or, you know, allegedly claiming harassed her, even if that guy is like disgusting, it's like, okay, this guy's in a position of power. Why wouldn't he just go straight to the 9s and 10s? Why would he even fuss with the 2s and 3s? I mean, if you're gonna get in trouble and risk getting in trouble, would you fuss with the 2s and 3s? No, you would go for the 9s and 10s. You would go for the super hot women. It's like, you know, if you're gonna have to do, if you're gonna do the crime, I mean, why rob the 7-Eleven? Why not just rob the bank? Right? I mean, why rob the 7-Eleven for Slurpees and hot dogs when you can, you know, rob the jewelry store and take diamonds, you know? So it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's my little rant on that. Drop your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think of her little narcissistic gloating that she had there, talking about her, the hostess picking her up. Any thoughts you want to share on that? Any ideas you want to share? Drop them below. I love to read your comments. Always super entertaining, super hilarious. And I love seeing you guys in my comments.
With that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to destroy that like button below. I want you to destroy it, guys. Please destroy that like button for me. Do it for the DeLorean. Do it for Cash and Gizmo. Just destroy that like button. Do it now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, especially because they don't like me doing coaching videos like this. They don't want to promote me anymore. So I need you guys to help me out. And the way you can help me out is by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So hit that subscribe button right now so you could get more free, high-value content from me at no cost just by being a subscriber of the 33 Secrets. And for you guys who want to support my work and all this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you on the YouTube even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest, youngest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making this happen every single week, regardless of what racial division is going on in the world, kind of virus is going on in the world. It doesn't matter. We are continuing to live our lives and making things happen 24/7, 365 days a year, all around the world, in all 4 corners of the world. And I want you to join my tribe. I want you to join our crew. I want you to become one of us. And the way you do that is by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of mastery coaching lessons from me. And all you need to do to get signed up is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Say goodnight to the DeLorean. Good night, DeLorean. Good night, stainless steel. Back to the future dream. Good night. Good night.